Alrighty, how's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be working on a 2002 Honda Accord SE. It's got a F23 A4 or A1 engine, I do believe. But anyways, I've been having the biggest problem with the p1259 code. It's probably something you guys have seen on other videos, but in any video I saw, it didn't have the best quality, so I figured I'd make this video about quality. But I noticed there was this video, it mentioned you've got an oil pressure switch here, as you can see, and then you got the VTEC solenoid activator, which inside here there's a piston that goes up and down, which controls how much oil is obviously fed through. So clearly I've replaced that. You can tell it's brand new. I've taken out a lot of parts, my whole intake valve's out. I've got all of them right here. Keep them all separate. Got all my parts nice and separate. Cleaned them for my new little project car. But anyways, I saw this guy, he was saying he replaced all these problems with the VTEC solenoid and it was still given the same code. And all the problems he did fix should have fixed it. So what he did mention doing is splicing. He didn't use the right wording, but you splice this power wire in with this power wire, because generally when you have one wire, it's generally just a power wire. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this power wire, make sure it's always a power wire. I'm going to splice it in with these two so that it feeds through and loops back through as a cycle. So I'm going to do that and I'll restart when I'm done with that. Alrighty guys, as you can see, we are back here. I'm positioned. I'm going to be splicing these two together. Generally you don't have to keep these connectors connected, but I'm going to just so I know how much I need to cut off. So I'm going to measure my wire. Alright, so you only need to cut off a little bit. You're going to take your wire crimpers. Good old trusty wire crimpers, you know, got all your sizes, measurements and shit. Gonna set that to the side. Gonna set you guys down. Alright. Get our size again. From here to about here. Take it. Just gonna whoop. And then for this part, I don't have anywhere to set you guys, so I'm gonna just set you right there. Just gonna take your size. Got sizes. It's usually a 16 here. Just gonna feed it through your 16 like so. I'm gonna crimp it. And then you just pull. Hands are a little oily, so might take a little bit. There you go. Nice two ends. I'm gonna set you guys over yonder. Alrighty, see if we can get you. Alright. You're going to take your two ends. You're going to get a nice twist on this end. Make sure it's nice. You don't want any shitty ends. Otherwise you're going to get a bad connection. Alright, see? On there nice and tight. Just like so. And you're going to take this end, do the same thing. Make sure they're all straight. You don't want any frayed wires. It'll breed a bad connection. Alright, see here? You're just going to take it and twist around here. See? Just like so. Let you establish a nice connection. Nice and tight. Don't want any wires sticking up or out. It's going to affect your connection. And there you go. Your wires are connected. This will jump your power from here. Sorry guys. I didn't realize you couldn't see that. I know you guys can see. You can jump your power from here to here. And then if you're smart, you would have your good old-fashioned soldering iron on standby. And you'd have, one second guys, let me go grab the electrical solder. Alrighty, we are back with the solder. And it's a specific type of solder, electrical solder. There's two types of solder that I've seen. There's an acid core solder and an electrical. You always use electrical on electrical, clearly. So now, just gonna take it. You're gonna wanna get a nice, decent piece of solder out so you got some reach. A little shaky. Just apply it. Make sure it's nice and welded into the wires. You're going to want to do this on both sides now. Try not to get any of that smoke in your face. It is generally not the most pleasant thing to do. I'm not exactly an electrical technician, but you know, we'll fuck around and find out. That's what we do. Okay, any of those frayed wires, make sure they stay down. And as you can see, I had already replaced this sensor and this sensor. That's why they're so brand new. Now that they're done on one side, you generally want to try to get both sides. So if you can, just move it over, solder it, make sure it's nice and firm, got a nice connection. Take a little more, apply your heat. There we go. And generally your wire will change color from like a bronze to a silver once you've applied enough. It's a little bit sloppier of a solder compared to my other ones, but it's still not bad. Alrighty, should be good on that one. And then on your second one, temper it a little bit. Take this extra cord, give it a little flip. See? Oh, wait. Come on. This part, it might be easier just to unplug my oil pressure switch. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay. I'll move it over to the side here so you can see. Then I'm just going to take it and apply a little bit more solder. Nothing too much. Try not to touch this old electrical tape. It will interfere with your connection if you melt it into the solder. So very delicate. Nice and easy now. Bam. And just like that, you can make sure your connections are semi-strong. Got a full wrap on that. That is connected. Apply a little more solder here. Don't want any problems. Okay. Now that you're done, you'll be done with your soldering iron, so go ahead and unplug that. Don't start any fires. Gonna take some electrical tape, good old fashioned. Nothing too special, you know. See here, a little bit dirty, it's okay, on the ground. You're gonna wanna wrap your adapters, or your wiring you just did. Make sure it's a nice wrap though. See, anything like that, just gonna wanna take it, new stuff, cut it. Alrighty. So now, got a fresh wire. fresh electrical tape. Good to go. Gonna take it, do a nice wrap. Wrap it there. I've done this a time or two. I wouldn't call myself a professional or anything, but I'll say I'm alright. Say I know what I'm doing, you know. And the guy that I saw do this did not, you know, I didn't even see what he did. His video was so dark, I didn't even know. Good old-fashioned razor. Good to go. Bam, got our connection. Can do the same thing to the other unit. By the way, this is my very first car. My very first project car, too. It's a nicer model, so I figured do something with it. It's a tight area, so you're going to want to take yourself at least 3, maybe 4 inches of electrical tape. You're going to want to cut it off. There you go. Give yourself a nice wrap in there. Make sure it's nice and tight. Don't want any excess floating around. Call that slack. Right down the middle, make sure there's no oil getting in there. Wrap that on around. And call that a wrap. See? Looking pretty decent. Done here. Done here. Got our wire harnessing. We got to put it back in here. And we shall return. Alrighty, we are back. And as you can see, got everything all wrapped, all electrical taped up. Good to go. I've got one more adapter here to put back on. This is just the old one, so I'll figure why, you know, use old stuff when you got brand new stuff that you just bought. So, you know, you just put that on like so. Make sure that goes up through here. And generally you're going to want this to wrap around like this. A little bit stubborn at first. It's a process. Yeah. And you're good to go. And you're just going to take your electrical tape, wrap that up, and then you're ready to put everything back together. Alrighty everyone, this is our last little bit here. Now that I'm completely done, I've got the connectors back on. Well, obviously not everything is back on, but I mean, we got this part done. But anyways, it looks better than most of the videos I've seen. Actually, all the videos I've seen, most of the videos I've seen, it doesn't look like they don't know what they're doing. Like, it's pretty obvious you don't have to cut these 2 wires just to connect them. You can just take off your casing on both of them, take an extra power wire and splice them together. Most of them didn't even know the wording, so, you know, it's just kind of what it was, but this is the finished project, and hopefully this fixes my p1259 code. Let me know what you guys thought about the video. Leave a comment down below. Be sure to like and subscribe. Catch you guys later.